We can be like a hurricane, 200 miles per hour, doing this chaos havoc around. Or we can be like a eye of the storm, completely still, peaceful. Quite often when we start our spiritual journey, we are like this storm. We causing havoc. Everything is in chaos inside of us. We got chaotic thoughts, chaotic behaviors, chaotic habits. We are angry. We're doing all this mischief. We moving very quickly with our works, with how we eat. We're rushing everywhere. That's how we can be destroyed inside. Like that wind which moving at high speed and causing that distraction. And when we awaken from this and we start clearing that, we discover we always have that spark inside. When we ask for it in our heart, we always have that spark inside which can repair us. Even in the darkest hour, in most polluted version of us, corrupted version, we got that spark inside. We can call it soul, ruh. This is the same element which we will be able to use to repair, to recover. And this going in million different various ways. Some people going to church and they took baptism, and we see like people putting hands on heads of other people, or do baptism full immersion under the water, and they speak in tongues under those people. And in that moment, that energy, accumulated energy, accumulated corruption is unplugged from them. At the end of that ritual, they are freed. They come back to God, to that peace. Something different moving inside of them. Real whole spirit. When we start that journey, we may be unholy spirit. We have that spirit inside, but that spirit is inflicted, that heart center, that ruh, is inflicted with many scars, and we're not behaving well. And that journey can go as well slightly different as well. We can took baptism, we can took shahada, we can do in another sacrament, and that complete coming back may not happen due to complexity of the mind. At that moment we discover there is hard road ahead of us. It's like going through against the very high wind. You will be struggling in life. You will be going, life will keep giving you those experiences, nasty experiences. At the beginning, really nasty experiences when we start the journey. Later, perhaps they won't be anymore nasty because you learn how it is. That you have to challenge them, you have to face them, you have to go through that, against that high wind. You have to face it, you have to keep pressing every day, like with prayer. You have to find a way, prayer meditation, you have to find a way, arrive to the place in you, which is like still. You feel that tranquil state in you, tranquility. And you have to use it as a vehicle and flow with it. During the prayer meditation, you have to flow with it. You have to say prayer into that. Because that thing inside allow you go against that high wind. When you will be in that center of that cyclone, in that tranquil thing, it's allow you to move forward. It's allow you to observe those clouds, those mischieving corruptions inside of you, those habits, behaviors, those uncomfortable feelings, thoughts, emotions, all of it is there. That hurricane is still going, and you have to, with that eye of the cyclone, that tranquility inside, keep slowly allow it to purify that shell around, to dispel that wind, stop that wind. That's the only way. You have to keep pressing. This is everyday job, every day. Your mind, those high winds will tell you, this mind, this corruption will tell you, this Satan, egoic mind, self, will tell you, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. I'm doing this every day. I have something else to do. I'm bored. There will be million excuses from side of that. You will hear a million of them. Your body will give you physical signals. Your brain will give you mental signals of pain, of sorrow, of depression, of different variation of things which can only push you away, of prayer, of those things. But you still have to keep saying to yourself, I have to keep going. And while you keep going, you observe that things improving. You slowly, ever somewhere, like elevated to the higher level of consciousness. You have more peace, more tranquility, so that inside eye of the cyclone, that tranquility, that heart center, ruch, slowly changing your environment, changing your consciousness. It's improving. It's a dreadful process and in a way beautiful process. You have to keep that stillness, that peace, that love. You have to keep believing it may change you. You may be in the biggest chaos, turmoil inside of yourself. There is always way out of it. There is always that thing inside of you, that heart center, heart, which beating. Until it beating, till your brain processes those informations, you have chance to come out of it, from that, what happened to you. When we are in that big storm, then at the beginning we may not even be able to feel what we have inside, but you have to do it blindly. You have to read scriptures, Quran, Bible, whatever path you are on. You have to do it blindly. You have to walk blindly from that darkness, because at the beginning there is darkness. You cannot see, you cannot know where you are. You have to know there can be better tomorrow. You can feel better tomorrow, and every day and every next day you can lift yourself from that. It may take some while, it may take months, years, maybe even decades or a lifetime, but it's worth. Every day you going to that direction of improvement. You're changing something in you, your environment, your behaviors, your feeling of that world, and relationships with people changing for better. You slowly, after some while, will start loving yourself. When you start loving yourself, you start loving world. You start loving everything around, people. Because when we don't love ourselves, when we feel bad with ourselves, when we feel ill, when we feel like disabled, we cannot love ourselves. We feel constant pain and sorrow. But there is a way of out of it. We just have to repair our energetic core, come back to that stillness, balance inside. And together with this tranquility inside, we can move mountains. Assalamu alaikum.